Hey, how's it going everyone? Welcome to another RF Crypto video. On today's market, we see a nearly 1.5% decrease over yesterday. The global crypto market cap now stands at 2.05 trillion. In the last few days and in the last few weeks, the global crypto market cap has hovered between 1.9 and 2.2 trillion. It's trading between those bands. Bitcoin is down, Ethereum is down, Cardano is up by 11%, and we'll speak a little bit about why it's gone up later in the video. Solana, XRP, Terra, Polkadot, Doge, everything is basically down. Polygon is up by 1.89%, probably correction given this little drop here. But yeah, the markets are trading laterally. 1.4% isn't that much of a decrease, but it's something to keep an eye on. Something that I also want to bring to everyone's attention is that GUI, which is how much you pay on Ethereum gas fees, determine the congestions of the network. And at the moment it's standing at 87, which isn't very high compared to what it was in the peak of the bull market. Now it's 87, and before it used to be about 195, 200, 250. The decrease is due to the fact that there isn't a lot of trading going on in Ethereum. Even though it's 11 billion in the last 24 hours, it was much higher in the previous weeks. And this is something to keep an eye on. The higher the Ethereum gas fee, or the higher the GUI, the higher the congestion in the network, which means there's more transactions going on. So this is quite a good indicator of determining whether there is a lot of movement or a lot of activity going on in the Ethereum ecosystem. Speaking a little bit about Bitcoin, the reserves of Bitcoin in exchanges has reached all-time lows. Exchange reserves means how much of Bitcoin is stored in exchanges as opposed to cold wallets or hot wallets like MetaMask. When this is the case, when the exchange reserves go to very low amounts or they start decreasing, it means that people usually want to use these funds for projects, or they want to hodl for investment purposes. And we see a direct correlation or a direct inverse correlation between the exchange reserves and the price of Bitcoin. So you see here, there has been a decrease in exchange reserves and an increase in price. Here, an increase in exchange reserves and a decrease in price. And it keeps going on like that. And the simple reason is that when people transfer Bitcoin from their cold or hot wallets to exchanges, it's usually because they want to sell their Bitcoin. And it puts selling pressure on the cryptocurrency, which means that the price faces a downwards pressure naturally. So this is a very important metric. The fact that it's going to all-time lows indicates that there are quite a bit of projects coming along that maybe they want to invest in, or it's just that people are believing more and more in Bitcoin, especially the big institutional investors, and they want to hold Bitcoin and they believe that Bitcoin has a bright future. Sotheby is to accept Bitcoin, Ethereum, or USDC in the auction of a rare black diamond called the Enigma. Sotheby, which is a 277-year-old British auction house, said it will be accepting Bitcoin, Ethereum, and USDC for the sale of a rare 555.55 carat diamond dubbed the Enigma. And they had previously sold a diamond, a 101.38 carat diamond known as the Key 10138 for $12.3 million in cryptocurrency during a single lot sale in Hong Kong in July. And because of the success of that auction, now they're doing it again. And in July, they were accepting Bitcoin and Ethereum for the auction, but now they added stablecoin USDC. And this is a big step because adding stablecoin is the same thing as trading fiat. Well, it's equivalent to trading fiat. So if you're paying USDC, you're essentially paying without any variation in the price, and it's just like trading dollars, but in crypto form. So this is a very big step. The Enigma is on tour and being displayed in Dubai, LA, and London. And if the diamond is ultimately purchased with crypto, the transaction will be processed by Coinbase Commerce. And it seems like Sotheby has now identified a new demographic and is targeting the crypto nouveau riche with the sale of rare diamonds. We know there are a lot of new crypto millionaires and crypto billionaires, and I think Sotheby is trying to target those people. And they number maybe in the hundreds or in the thousands or in the 10,000s, and you only need one to make this purchase. And the Enigma will be auctioned in a single lot online sale from February 3rd to February 9th. So let's keep an eye on this. Let's see if it beats the July auction on a dollar to carat basis. On other news, Walmart is preparing a Metaverse push, and this is because they filed 7 trademarks, and a lot of them have Metaverse mentioned in them. The retail giant may be also planning to create its own cryptocurrency and NFTs, and if they start accepting cryptocurrencies as payments, and if they create their own cryptocurrencies as long as NFTs, it's going to be huge, because imagine how many customers Walmart has only in the US, not counting other countries. If they make their own cryptocurrency an official tender or official form of payments in their stores, we will see a huge surge in those prices. And if they add other cryptocurrencies as well, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Solana, or whichever one, we might see a spike in the price of those cryptocurrencies as well. And we will see an adoption of more giant retailers and maybe even wholesalers accepting cryptocurrencies, because Walmart is the king of retail and, quite frankly, the king of wholesale in the broader scheme of things. Crypto job postings jumped around 395% in 2021. So they increased by almost 5 times in 2021 compared to 2020. Most of the postings were for software and finance positions, but LinkedIn also noted a rise in demand for people in professional services such as accounting and consulting, as well as in staffing and computer hardware. But the most common job titles are for blockchain developers and engineers, because these new projects need these developers to create their project, to make it into a properly structured product for the end customer, and the demand for these developers are increasing. And as we saw before, the salaries they're offering are preposterous. I mean, 300, 400, 500,000 a year. And we saw in last week's video that Meta, Google, and Apple are fighting for Metaverse engineers. And this is going to continue going into 2022. A lot of people are going to start acquiring more skills in blockchain development and blockchain engineering. And it's a trend where they're going to probably be the highest paid individuals in the crypto universe. And I won't be surprised if universities start offering degrees in blockchain. So Australia Football League secures $25 million deal with Crypto.com. And in what comes as the first major crypto sports deal in Australia, the Australian Football League has secured partnership with Crypto.com to back its women league. The deal is worth $25 million over the next 5 years, which is a massive increase from its existing $18.5 million sponsorship contract with Toyota. And we know that Crypto.com is its Asia Pacific management, Carl Mohan, says that the company was attracted by Australia's relatively high number of women interested in crypto. Their consumer research in Australia found that more than half, or 53%, of crypto investors were actually female. He also said that it is very encouraging to see that Australians from all walks of life, irrespective of gender or background, are very keen to adopt cryptocurrencies and are excited about their go-to platform. They want it to be Crypto.com. It's a very PR message, but obviously they want to target the female audience more, because obviously they have sponsored the football league, but the women's football league. And it's not the first time that Crypto.com has deals with sports brands or with sports teams. $25 million is quite small for their standards, because over the past months, the number of sports branding deals have totaled $1.5 billion. For example, in mid-November, Crypto.com secured a $700 million deal to rename the Staples Centers in LA to the Crypto.com Arena for the next 20 years. It also signed a $100 million sponsorship with Formula One. If you watch Formula One, you'll notice that they have Crypto.com everywhere now. And they have a $175 million sponsorship agreement with the UFC, started in July in 2021. So Crypto.com are being very, very aggressive in their marketing, and I won't be surprised if they branch out to other sports, even more niche sports such as rowing and bowling and snooker, and also more popular sports like football and rugby and cricket. On some NFT news, 22-year-old Indonesian boy makes $1 million by selling NFT selfies on OpenSea. He converted and sold nearly 1,000 selfie images as NFTs. According to him, he took photos of himself for 5 years between the ages of 18 and 22 as a way to look back on his graduation journey. The artist set the price for each NFT selfie at $3 without expecting interest from serious buyers, but from what I read, the resale value went as high as $800, and the highest it had been was $3,000 for one NFT. So that's 1,000x from his original sale price. And he sold these NFTs maybe for cheap, but every time this NFT is sold to another person, he gets royalties for it. So he has 1,000 selfies that other people can trade in OpenSea, and every time it's traded, he gets a royalty. I think it's 10 or 15% commission of the selling price, and he's making money sleeping. And if these NFTs keep getting sold forever, he's going to be making money forever. He also added a touch of personalization by offering some background information along with the selfies, which adds to the rarity of the NFT. So for example, this photo was taken during the second coronavirus vaccine, and this might have more value just because of what it signifies during a pandemic. And it's very interesting because the performance of crypto has been sluggish, the prices have gone down in the past few weeks, but NFT marketplace and blockchain gaming continues to record high transaction volumes. As Cointelegraph reported, the app radar data shows that the number of UAW connected to the Ethereum NFT dApps grew by 43% since Q3 of 2021. In addition, the money generated by NFTs trading went from 10.7 billion to 11.9 billion in about 3 months. Finally, I want to speak about Cardano and why the price has risen so much in the last 24 hours and in the last week itself, while the crypto market has seen a general downward trend. In the last 24 hours, I think Cardano went up by 11%, if I'm not mistaken. So the gaming application Pavia launched on the Cardano network last week, becoming the first ever Metaverse project on the blockchain. So the fact that a Metaverse project has launched on the Cardano network for the first time ever, and its success has shown the crypto community in general that Cardano is not a joke. It's a platform where you can trade. It's a platform where you can build decentralized apps, and now it's a platform where you can build upon Metaverse projects as well. And it's a very, very good alternative to Ethereum. It's a good alternative to Solana. And it just goes to show that there is increased trust through the success of Pavia due to the fact that Cardano's price increased by 11% in the last 24 hours. So 100,000 land parcels were issued on Pavia, each being minted as a unique NFT with individual coordinates. Over 60% of these parcels were pre-sold in October and November 2021, with the remaining set to go on sale in Q1 2022. Pavia's native token functions as an in-game currency, 25% of which was airdropped to NFT land holders following a blockchain snapshot in December 2021. Data from MuesliSwap, a Cardano-based exchange, show Pavia tokens sell for just over 20 cents and have a market cap of 107 million. 107 million is quite low, and I think it's going to reach in the billions because it's the first ever Metaverse project in Cardano. There are over 8,300 plot owners on Pavia. However, users cannot deploy assets over the plots as of Monday, which is today. Documents from Pavia state that please remember at this stage in development you cannot visit or deploy any content on your land parcel. Now it's in the beta stages, but once the full-fledged application is launched, we will see a lot of activity happening on these land plots, and I won't be surprised if these early adopters see massive returns. I'm talking about 10x, 20x, 30x on their land plots because there will be high demand for it, especially being the first ever Metaverse project on the Cardano network. Each plot was sold for about 30,000 Cardano or about $45,000. And this is a trend. A lot of companies are moving onto the Metaverse, and these companies like Pavia are capitalizing on it. These land parcels can be sold. Maybe a country, let's say South Africa or Portugal, can buy one of these plots and build an embassy on it, just like how it was done in Decentraland. Companies have recently rushed to create their presence in the Metaverse. For example, Binance US built an office on Portals, which is a Solana-based Metaverse project, and Samsung launched a Metaverse edition of its flagship New York City store on Decentraland, if I'm mistaken. So it's not only Ethereum that has Metaverse projects. We can see Solana, Cardano, and we will see more networks offering the ability to build Metaverse projects upon it, and it will be a competition. It will be whoever can offer the best product, the most scalable product, the quickest product, and the product with the most value. And it's 2022 will be a very, very interesting year for NFTs, the Metaverse, and gaming. And with that, we come to the end of today's video. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a thumbs up. Please hit the subscribe button. Please share the video with your family and friends. And I'll see you tomorrow for another video. Invest safely, invest wisely, and cheers.